Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the 4K Ultra HD edition of Ghostbusters Afterlife. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. You can also find me over Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at Movie Guy 365. Okay, Ghostbusters Afterlife is here on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, released by Sony. It comes in a standard slipcover edition available at all your local and online retailers, as well as part of the Ultimate Ghostbusters collection. Now, as far as the film itself, when it comes to Ghostbusters, I am a huge fan. I have loved the first movie. I remember seeing it in theaters a couple times. It was one of those childhood experiences that stays with you. It's got such great comedy, the cast is amazing, and just the overall, I would say, mythology behind it, even the second film, really is something that I would have loved to have seen expanded upon more in, later years. And of course we have the 2016 edition, which we won't really talk about here. And now the proper sequel to the original two films is here in Ghostbusters Afterlife. I would say, while I don't feel it was a home run as far as the film, I do like it a lot. I just feel that they lean a little too much heavy on the nostalgia, and especially kind of retread a lot of the first film, especially the climax. But other than that, I really like the cast. I think it's a really welcome addition to the world of the Ghostbusters. The visual effects are fantastic, and ultimately I do like the movie. Could it have used some work? Sure. And hopefully we will see more Ghostbusters film in the future, and I'm anxious to see where this goes going forward. So, alright, we're going to talk about the picture quality and the audio in just a moment, but first, let's do a quick unboxing. Okay, we have the 4K Ultra HD edition of Ghostbusters Afterlife. This one I received as part of the Ultimate Collection. The slipcover is going to be different on the individual release. But if you want to see the Ultimate Collection unboxing, I will go ahead and link that in the description of the video. And then we have the back on the spine. Now the slipcover edition will have this artwork, which is not my favorite of the year. It really, wow. Anyway, then we have the back, and then the spine for that. And then interior, we have artwork on the discs, which we all appreciate. So, yeah. Very good presentation. Now let's talk about the picture quality and the audio. Ghostbusters Afterlife on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray has a 240:1 aspect ratio. It is finished at a 4K digital intermediate with HDR10 and Dolby Vision for the grading. For purposes of this review, I will be discussing the Dolby Vision encode. Now, one of the things I really enjoyed about how this movie looks is it aesthetically matches the first two films. I know it was tempting probably to go with something a little bit newer, a la 2016. That visual style looked a little too video gamey at times, but here it has a nice, I would say, continuity from the first two films in both story and visual aspects, and as a result, I really enjoyed how it looks here on 4K. Speaking of the film's aesthetic, Dolby Vision does a very nice job with the color palette. The film's location has a bit of an earthy tone to it. It looks very natural. Skin tones also appear on the warm side, and they look very good. The general aesthetic of the town, some of the fields, and when it comes to live action elements, I think it looks really appropriate. Now, when it comes to the ghosts and the supernatural aspects of the film, it gives you a slight bit of a bump, and it looks good visually. It's not going to be eye-popping unlike 2016's version. Here, I think it really just kind of integrates well with the live action elements, and it makes everything look very natural. Black levels in general look excellent throughout the movie. This film relies a lot on atmospheric visuals, especially at night, and I think they come across very well with HDR and Dolby Vision. Nighttime scenes are appropriately dark and inky, and when it comes to shadow detail, I think it's very much on point with no issues of black crush that I can detect. The 4K resolution does offer a nice increase in detail, though when I popped in the standard Blu-ray included with this set, I did not notice too much of a drastic difference between the two formats. But I feel up close, that's really where the 4K shines, with skin textures and clothing really standing out here, and just the general aesthetics. The barn, it looks really just old and worn. Ecto 1 is grimy and dirty with some scratches that can be readily seen, and the enhancement here is noticeable, just not overly drastic. Ghostbusters Afterlife on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray supports a Dolby Atmos audio presentation. Leave it to Sony, one of the leaders in the 4K market, to provide a very good audio experience on disc. With this being a Ghostbusters movie, of course, dynamic energy in your surround sound field is a must, and you definitely are not disappointed in that aspect. Everything up front sounds fantastic, and the overall film lends itself well to a great Atmos track. Dialogue is prioritized in the center channel, clean and clear with no problems at any given moment. And the front speakers are equally impressive and complementary to the center channel. Mid-level and rear speakers, there is a good amount of dynamic activity back there, mostly having to do with any kind of supernatural aspects, plenty to hear at any given moment, atmosphere, ambient effects, it all sounds really good. The high speakers are used very effectively both in a complementary and discrete channel fashion. Any kind of supernatural activity, in fact, if there's a ghost on screen, chances are your high speakers are going to be utilized. And also, it really opens up the general soundstage of the surround sound field. I really like what it does up there, and I think you will agree as well. As for the LFE channel, it's appropriately aggressive and boomy throughout the film. Everything from the tremors that plague the town throughout the movie to supernatural activity, and when it comes to the climax, it has a wonderfully boomy low end. I enjoy a good punchy LFE channel, and this one definitely doesn't disappoint. For the picture quality, I'm going to give Ghostbusters Afterlife on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray an A-. Visually, this movie looks very good on 4K Ultra HD. I appreciate how the film aesthetically matches the first two movies, and I think HDR and Dolby Vision do an appropriate job with the color palette and black levels. The increase in resolution is modest, but it's still noticeable. Overall, if you're a fan of the film, 4K is the way to go. For the audio mix, I'm going to give this one a solid A. Ghostbusters Afterlife has a very good, energetic surround sound track. While quieter moments aren't quite as dynamic as the action-heavy ones, I think the results speak for themselves. If you are a Dolby Atmos fan, I think you're definitely going to enjoy what you hear. So that is my review of Ghostbusters Afterlife on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray. If you're interested in picking this up for yourself, I will leave an Amazon link in the comments section. If you use it, it really helps out the channel. But if you have the disc already, let me know your thoughts down below. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.